Well, good evening. Welcome to Channel 8 Sports and East Brunswick High School boys basketball. Hi, I'm John Meggiolaro with Phil Hill and Jim Allinder for tonight's second half of the doubleheader. The East Brunswick boys taking on Old Bridge in what could be a very key game in the GMC Red Division.
Well, it certainly could be, but only for the division. I don't think it counts. Everybody else is thinking states right now, John. And the Bears want to situate themselves pretty well for the states. Word is that they'll probably be the #2 seed in their group, and certainly well-deserved. Since the defeat against Piscataway here, they've beaten Westville, J.P. Stevens, and, of course, the St. Joe's game we did the other night. They're ready. Bo has them ready. All he's worried about now is developing some depth. When he has an opportunity, you're going to see some of the younger players come in, because he knows down the stretch, if they're going to be able to compete at tournament time, they got to have some depth. Matt Van Leeuwen continues to do it. He's just unbelievable. He still leads the county in scoring nearly 22 points a game. Gray Colheim is great off the boards, playing Super Bowl. Kareem Glover is Mr. Everything, seems to come up with a big basket when necessary. Whalen with a number of assists and great defense, and Kolakowski is playing Super Bowl as well. So Bo Henning has his team just about where he wants them, I believe. All he says he wants to do is develop a little bit more depth.
All right, Jimmy, when we look across the court to Old Bridge, this is not maybe the same Old Bridge team that East Brunswick beat the first time around.
Yeah, we talked about the 58-35 first time they played. But, you know, I see this headline, Old Bridge has a winning record, okay? You don't talk about Old Bridge and winning records, okay? I mean, if you look at Cedar Ridge, they've had some moderate success through the years. Madison Central has had no success. They just continue to flounder. And you use the word synergy. I think this is a great case in point. This team has come together, and it took a little while for them to get used to each other. At one time, I think they were like 3-7.
You're right.
Okay, now, excuse me, they were 3-6. Now they're 8-6, and they're, I think, a good indication as to the quality of this club was that Piscataway team that we saw a couple of weeks ago that beat East Brunswick by 10. Well, Old Bridge had them by 12 points in the fourth quarter. Lost it in an overtime battle, and I think they really have some quality players. You can start with Danny Singleton, who is really doing well. He's number 20 in the program, and he's averaging about 15 points a game. But you can't just look at him. Chris Zaleski is another quality player. He's 6'6", and then Pete Marston had 6 3-pointers in the overtime win over Old Bridge, which clinched a state playoff berth for the Knights. So we got ourselves a game here tonight, make no mistake about it, and this should be fun. We got both stands out again. Looks like that's going to be the norm for the rest of the year with this East Brunswick team.
Well, a lot of people coming out supporting the boys as they have in the past with the girls. Tonight was a doubleheader night. The Lady Bears beating up, so to speak, if you will, on the Old Bridge team. The Lady Knights, I guess, is the name. I don't recall the final, but East Brunswick's hoping to duplicate that from the boys' side here tonight. So it's East Brunswick Old Bridge boys basketball, and we're just about ready for the tip-off. We'll be back in a moment. Well, we welcome you to the East Brunswick Old Bridge boys contest. Second half, as we mentioned before, of this doubleheader, somewhat unusual doubleheader. Girls and boys started at 5:30 this evening. The girls won. Boys looking to match that tonight. We mentioned East Brunswick comes in 13-1, Old Bridge 8-6. But as Phil mentioned, they're really playing for state slotting, if you will.
I'll tell you, Jimmy mentioned earlier, this Old Bridge team is probably one of the hottest teams going. With big games, taking Piscataway to overtime, then beating Woodbridge in overtime, and they're feeling confident.
And East Brunswick controls the tap. Glover with the ball.
Well, John, we're going to let you in on a secret. Bo didn't want to say it to his players, and I don't think they realize it, but regardless of whether they win or lose tonight, they're still going to get the second seed in the tournament behind Piscataway. And the reason being is their closest pursuit is West Windsor, who has 2 losses, and they already beat West Windsor. So in a
Glover with the basket.
So in a head-to-head, they would emerge as the winner.
Old Bridge now starts off on offense. Singleton with the ball. Has it stolen by
Kolakowski.
Kolakowski. Has it
Oh.
blocked by Singleton.
Now, right away, you see the athleticism of Danny Singleton.
Well, we remember him last year when he came in here with Cedar Ridge. Just a fine-looking athlete, a fine basketball player.
And Kohlheim will be called for reaching in.
And Singleton is playing with a lot of confidence right now. And Rocky knows, talked about that if this Old Bridge team is going to do something, he's the man that's going to lead them.
You know, you don't like to look at key players or say that somebody's a key player, but Greg Kohlheim is going to have to watch himself. I think he's going to be a key player for East Brunswick. He's going to have to stay out of foul trouble.
Well, had a block down at his end of the court. Rebound by Marston.
Ooh, what a quick
Super
step.
move.
And Singleton
I'll tell you.
left-handed.
What quickness.
Whalen comes up with it. And this has been a horse race. Good pass underneath the Glover by Whalen.
won't
Missed.
go. Halfway down and rolled back out.
I'll tell you what, Green won't miss too many of them. He's usually really excellent body control under the basket.
Okay, the Bears in the man-to-man defense. As you can see, they're patent man-to-man defense.
Singleton has the lane. He uses the glass. Rebound, Kolakowski. Glover brings it up. He has a man underneath Kohlheim, but he'll push it back out. And we're off Van Leeuwen's hand.
Boy, did you see? Oh, he's going to call a block on
Pando,
Kohlheim.
number 21.
So that's his second foul right away.
And you talked about that, Jim.
He's going to have to exit the ball game, I imagine. Bohanning has his hand on his head. I think he realizes it.
Pando drawing the foul. Actually had a clear opening, hesitated, and let Kohlheim come in and foul him.
Pando took it. Pando sort of out of control, took it to him. Kohlheim moving his feet somewhat, and the official standing right on top of it, called him for the foul.
Pando makes the first. And we're tied at 2. Whalen quickly down to Van Leeuwen underneath to Aji. Aji has it blocked.
It's a good block.
Zalski with the block. Singleton leading the Knights up court. Gets it across to Wilson. Wilson showing a lot of speed. Almost knocked away by East Brunswick, but we're going to have a double dribble called against Marston.
So they do get the turnover. And we're not seeing anything we already haven't seen from this East Brunswick team. It's trademark defense, causing turnovers. And that's going to be accentuated tonight now with Kohlheim sitting down.
Ajay Batosha with the ball, gets it back to Kolakowski. Looking underneath. Van Leeuwen, no place to go. Whalen by himself, yes, three-pointer. Puts East Brunswick on top, 5-2.
And we've talked about the fact that Whalen has that type of range, has that type of ability, doesn't choose to shoot a whole lot. He's the main assist man, but when he does, has that kind of touch.
Singleton with the ball to Pando. Back to Singleton, he'll take the three-pointer. In and out, rebound, Aji.
And three-pointers are something this Old Bridge Knight team will take. They shot 12 three-pointers against Woodbridge, and I think that's a record for the area. So we can expect to see some three-pointers tonight.
Glover looking underneath for Kolakowski, knocked away.
I always like to see who's guarding Van Leeuwen. In this case, it's Pete Marston, who had the 6 threes in the last game, and see how his effectiveness offensively is put down.
And Marston nearly a foot shorter than
Van Leeuwen.
Van Leeuwen.
Three-pointer won't go. Rebound, Singleton. Pando will take the three-pointer. Short. And they're going to say it's off Wilson.
Good call.
So Van Leeuwen 0 for 1 on his first shot. Took him nearly half the period to take it, by the way, which is unusual.
4:22 showing on the clock, first quarter.
You see top of the head, this is a high screen for Greg Kohlheim or Matt. Didn't materialize.
Yep.
Turnover there for the Bears. Zalski throws it down. He's got Marston. Tries the glass. No good. Van Leeuwen rebound.
I'll tell you what, East Brunswick's fortunate that Old Bridge is cold right now because they're not really setting the world on fire either.
Bears feeling the pressure themselves when they have the ball. Old Bridge playing good defense. Whalen looking for a spot. Looks underneath, knocked away by Marston. Saved by Aji.
I'll tell you, this Old Bridge team's a quick team.
Yeah, very quick.
Singleton
Good
has it blocked by Glover.
And Glover always comes up with one or two of those plays a game. And
No call.
they're saying he tripped over his own feet there, right in front of Bo. Bo didn't say much, so that's what happened.
Aji's gonna be right on top of Zalski as he gets it in. Marston calling out signals. Wilson looks. Zalski, the big man, is out on top now. And Pando comes out. Marston will give it over to Wilson. Marston will take the three-pointer. No, and there's a foul underneath. Call against Zalski, number 30.
First team foul.
Five-2 is our score. Bears on top by 3. Substitutions now for East Brunswick. Rotter and Kartzman coming in.
This game may be about depth, and and the Bears we've been talking about their depth or lack of it all year, but this is maybe a team that they have a little more depth in, Jim.
Yep.
Glover gets it to Kolakowski. There's Whalen by himself on the left-hand side, makes it three-pointer.
And Richie Whalen is starting to get more confident with that outside shot, and that will really complement the rest of the offense.
That's his second three of the night.
He's called with the foul, but it puts East Brunswick on top, 8-2. Piscatelli coming in, number 24, and he'll inbound for the Knights. This is Singleton with the ball. Marston now gives it back to Singleton. Piscatelli feed to Marston, backdoor play.
Hey, a nice move.
First field goal for the Knights.
8-4, Bears by 4. Rotter gonna take it to the hoop, and does. Just off the rim.
Well, that's been the criticism of Rotter.
Glover once again gets a hand on Singleton's shot. Singleton looking around.
Marston right there to pick it off. Piscatelli comes up with it. Singleton quickly to the hoop.
Ooh, mercy, mercy.
He has quickness. He reminds me of Justin Bailey, as a matter of fact.
He does have quickness.
8-6, Bears by 2. Glover,
yes.
Good bank shot.
Glover with 4 points.
And I said it before, but this team looks like it could match East Brunswick speed-wise.
Pando in the corner. Fast pace here, first quarter. Bears are on top, 10-6. Piscatelli to Marston, three-pointer, no. Kolakowski rebounds to Whalen. .45 seconds showing on the clock. Rotter with the ball, looks inside, goes back out to Whalen. Whalen will drive, dishes, Kartzman
Good
underneath.
Dish. Good swish.
This has been Richie Whalen's quarter.
12-6. Bears by 6, 25 seconds showing as we near the end of the first period. Old Bridge showing good team speed. just have not been able to make the buckets tonight thus far. 6 seconds, Singleton will put it up and makes it, three-pointer.
Gotta let him have that shot.
So we're at the end of one, and it's the Bears on top, 12-9. And Phil, I'm with you. I'm very impressed by the speed of this Old Bridge team.
Excellent team speed there, and if they just can be a little more patient with their shots and take a better shot selection, they'll certainly be in this game as they are.
Man, Van Leeuwen held scoreless. That's the first time I've seen him not have a point, at least 1 point in one quarter. But Richie Whalen taking up the slack very, very nicely, and swishing two outs, three-pointers, and also 2 assists, I believe. And then Kareem Glover scoring 2 buckets, and Ben Kartzman 1 bucket there toward the end. And we mentioned Greg Kohlheim out after basically 1.5 minutes of play with 2 fouls. So, but Tim Adjigabotosho and John Rotter did a very good job.
All right, we'll get ready for our second period here. Bears with a 3-point lead, 12-9. And they take Zalesky out, their big man, so they're relatively a small group out there for Old Bridge.
And this is the team that they've been doing a lot with, the small team, and using the quickness and getting those outside shots up.
Piscatelli gives it off to Singleton.
They're looking for that backdoor play a lot, aren't they?
Singleton not afraid to put it up.
Big
Rebound, Van Leeuwen. Gets it to Kartzman quickly down to Glover. He's got the shot, fakes out one man. And tap by Aji won't go. He puts it back up. Yes.
Okay,
good.
I tell you, Adjigabotosho. Tell you, just good hustle there.
Right, good work off the board. And Zalesky immediately is about ready to go back in.
14-9.
And I'll tell you, you pointed out that's the disadvantage that the Knights will be on the boards there. They got a quick team, smaller team in, quicker team, but certainly won't have the board strength.
Singleton drives, and a blocking foul is going to be called against Aji.
I'll tell you, Singleton just drew that foul there.
And I'm wondering what it takes to draw an offensive foul these days. Thought he had position.
Dan Singleton certainly is a player, fine young player that played with Cedar Ridge last year. Comes into the game this year averaging 15.1 points per game. And as he goes, so goes the Knights.
He'll get one more.
And right now he has 6.
Our score 14-10. Singleton at the line, shooting his second shot. And all net. So the Bears' lead is cut to 3. Stolen by Singleton.
He's getting ready to shoot.
Thinking about the 3.
Pushes it up short, gets his own rebound.
Gotta foul him.
Before the shot.
Yep. Gotta foul him.
But again, Danny Singleton and the quickness creates all sorts of problems for you. Looks rather winded right now, so you just wonder, can he keep up this pace here? But he's creating havoc, causing Barry Spear members to get into foul trouble.
Well, East Brunswick's 2 big men are in foul trouble early.
Right, Kolakowski immediately comes back.
Singleton, not this time, as Kolakowski pulls it down, gives it to Kartzman. Van Leeuwen will put it up. No, rebound. Rotter almost had his hands on it. Singleton quickly down to Martson. Back to Singleton. Zalesky looks. He's going to take it himself. A little push there. Won't go. Kartzman with the rebound.
Zalesky faded away a little bit. Should have turned stronger to the hole.
Van Leeuwen has the opening and has the
mercy.
block against him. Zalesky, I believe.
If it is, that's 2 on him. It is.
And you take a good look at Matt Van Leeuwen. Hasn't warmed up yet, but as we pointed out, comes in leading the county with nearly 22 points per game. Has 42 three-pointers at this juncture, which also is a high for the county. And just has developed into a tremendous floor leader.
Van Leeuwen made the first. Misses the second.
Well, Phil, what I've maintained about Van Leeuwen, even if he doesn't score, he causes the other team to make so many adjustments that it's disruptive just in itself.
And as you can see, he's on Singleton right now.
15-11, Bears by 4. They look underneath for Zalski.
Yeah, that is an interesting matchup now.
Yeah.
And Greg, make no mistake about it, Van Leeuwen is an excellent defensive player.
Okay, consecutive passes down to Zalski that just weren't handled. Well, Singleton thinking about keeping it himself.
Yeah, no, this is an interesting switch by Bo. Getting
great pass.
Trotter all by himself underneath. Good eyes by Whalen.
Great vision.
Really great. Now, I wanted to comment about Van Leeuwen on Singleton. I think he recognizes Matt's not on right now, or at least tonight, and said, well, let's put him on defense against Singleton, even though it may expend some energy on his part.
Good players find different ways to help. Third time throwing down to Zalski.
Wilson takes the shot, a little strong, and it's going to stay with Olbridge.
And I imagine they'll continue to try to get it back down there, but you heard Rocky Knowles just yell out a little while ago. He wants some action from Zalski. 3 times thrown down there, and they came away with nothing.
Singleton.
I mean, to tell you, Van Leeuwen is right on him.
Van Leeuwen comes up with it in the corner to Whalen. They'll move it around. Kolakowski will take it. Yes, 2-pointer. He thought he was outside the ring.
Now, another little bit of a run by the Bears.
Bears open an 8-point lead, 19-11, with 5:10 showing before halftime. Zalski starting to see the ball. Singleton will put it up.
Singleton's just tired, that's all. They got to get him out of there, get him a break. He's sucking wind and coming up short on the shots.
Good away by Rotter, right to Van Leeuwen. Matt'll take it himself.
Finger roll.
I think they need a timeout here. Wouldn't be surprised if Rocky Knowles.
10-point lead for East Brunswick, 21-11. And a follow-up there by number 23, that's Ryan Brown. Snuck in on us. Kartzman, nice move to the hoop.
Phil, good observation about fatigue. They are definitely a tired bunch right now.
They're sucking wind, no doubt.
Yep.
And you see Rocky Knowles coming out, and he's getting on Zalski. 4 times it's been thrown down, and they just haven't come up with anything except for the basket by Ryan Brown.
Well, let's listen in on Coach Bo Henning.
All right, now look at the 24 pressure is starting to wear on Singleton a little bit. He's getting tired, so don't foul people. Don't let them get their breath by walking up and down the court. Anybody need a rest? All right. Make sure before we run, we secure defensive rebounds. We got caught a couple times coming out. We don't have the ball yet, right? Everybody boxes and we secure it. On the lob, 2 things have got to occur. Good early help, and we got to keep great pressure on the ball. As soon as the kid picks it up, cover the ball with your hand, right? Make them pivot away from you, okay? If your guy's looking to lob. All right, let's go. Come on. Hey, let's go.
Well, just what you said, Phil, they're tiring.
They're tired. They picked up particularly the fact that Singleton is definitely tired, and they don't want to give him any break here. But you can tell by the tone of Bo's voice, he's usually pretty even, but very pleased with how the Bears are playing, considering 2 of their bigger rebounders are sitting on the bench.
Well, they enjoy a 10-point lead, 23-13, 4:15 showing, second period. Marston across midcourt quickly. Looks for Wilson underneath, knocked away.
Kartzman, good defensive play.
Kolakowski looks for Van Leeuwen and pushes it back out to Whalen. Kartzman inside.
Couple of nice plays by Kartzman to keep that ball alive.
I'll tell you this, though. Olbridge comes in here touting the fact that they're great outside shooters, and that's what's done it for them. They seem like they've spent an awful lot of time trying to get the ball down low. Maybe you should go dance with the girl that you brought.
I mean, I am really amazed at Van Leeuwen's defensive presence. He's right in his face.
Wilson to Marston. Pando. Piscatelli will take it. Short. Rebound East Brunswick. Kartzman quickly to Whalen.
Excellent transition.
Whalen, left-handed, yes!
Whalen's shown his full repertoire tonight.
Singleton dribbles through a jam there. Bears by 12, 25-13. Piscatelli, nowhere to go, and a foul on Rotter.
Rotter will pick up his first foul, and Kohlheim is now going to make another entrance into the game, as well as Green Glover. Good effort by Ben Kartzman and John Rotter.
John Rotter, and that's what I talked about at the top of the game. Bo Henning wanted to develop some depth and taking the opportunity right there.
Marston guarded by Whalen. Goes to who else but Singleton.
Quick
and
release.
He puts up a three-pointer.
That's funny.
Quick release. 10 points for Singleton.
Inside, Kohlheim turns, spins, got it easy.
No way Piscatelli can handle Kohlheim. East Brunswick immediately sees that.
Olbridge having a little difficulty now getting the ball up court. Marston does, almost slips.
Now you have Glover on Singleton.
Which is no break.
Piscatelli looks for someone, throws it to Pando.
Look at that.
Van Leeuwen
defense.
almost took it away. Marston calling out a play, trying to set things up. Wilson, who's been very quiet, gets it over to Piscatelli. No one really moving for Old Bridge.
Just good defense by the Bears. They call play one, hoping to get two.
And they'll pull it out once again. Marston on the drive,
Good
nice
drive,
move.
I tell you, good quickness, good drive.
Right.
Got that first step. Pete Marston.
Van Leeuwen, a little space, that's all he needs. Yes. 29-18. Bears by 11. 1:25 showing before halftime.
Boy, Henning is rotating his players in and out. I think he sees the advantage right here.
Pando forces
I
one.
tell you, off balance.
Not a good shot.
Rebound Glover. He'll slow it down. Looks in the middle. Kolakowski's right there.
Oh, wow. This is really a nice quarter for East Brunswick.
I'll tell you what it is. It's team understanding the roles and whatnot. And that's what Bo Henning has done. He's got these young players that understand their roles. Certain people are going to be putting it up to score. There's a time and place for you to score, but it's got to be within the framework of the game.
31-18.
Whoops,
And
turnover.
a turnover there. So Old Bridge not helping themselves at all. Brian Quick coming in for Old Bridge, number 14.
Who's got new? Who has new man?
Kolakowski will inbound to Whalen. 50 seconds showing. Glover looks underneath. Van Leeuwen was there, brings it out.
Utah.
40 seconds. Rotter looks underneath, has a kick by Piscatelli.
22.
And 22, you hear him called out. 22 is the sideline play.
Inside, three.
Whalen takes it right there, in and out. Marston with 27 seconds, having trouble. Almost falls forward and is fouled by Van Leeuwen.
And unfortunately, that's the 17th foul, and it creates a one-on-one situation. Matt should have had the presence of mind to know.
Well, East Brunswick's enjoying a 13-point lead with 22 seconds to go before halftime.
And you take a good look at Pete Marston, just a junior, 5'9" junior, and coming off a big game against Woodbridge where he scored on 6 3-pointers. So young man can put it up.
Old Bridge will get one more. As Jimmy said, they're in the bonus situation. Marston hits the second.
6 for 6 from the line.
High, Rich, high.
15 seconds now.
Come on, John, high.
I'm sure East Brunswick will play for the one. And Whalen takes it,
Oh.
dishes it off. Kolakowski not expecting it.
Blocking. foul, and that's on Brian Quick, I believe.
Well, 9 seconds left now.
Whalen. Van Leeuwen. Clock ticking down, 7 seconds. Van Leeuwen has it blocked by Singleton.
Got to put it up.
Glover off the rim, and that'll be it. So it's halftime here at East Brunswick with the Bears on top, 31-20. And doesn't seem to be the team that gave Piscataway a run, but different night.
Well, I'll tell you what, the difference here is the East Brunswick depth. Phil alluded to that, and it was a liability in Bo Henning's estimation, and it was an area where he really wanted to improve his team, and you're seeing it tonight. You're getting nice contributions off the bench from Magica Patosho, Kartzman, Rotter has come into the game to play very, very well, and of course the East Brunswick starters, particularly Richie Whalen, is having an excellent game. He's got 8 points, and he's scoring well, he's assisting well, and all in all, it's been a good balanced effort for East Brunswick.
I think the big story here, though, is the man-to-man defense, which will not allow the Knights to set up for the three-pointers and whatnot. They always got somebody in their face, so they can't get the feet set and bomb away from the outside. That's one of the reasons they're trying to get things down low. But Woodbridge played them a zone part of the time, and they were able to hit a lot of outside shots. Here, the Bears are staying in their face and keeping the pressure on them.
Well, certainly if you're Bo Henning, you've got to be pleased with what you've seen thus far in the first half. I'm sure he's going to encourage more of the same. If you're the coach over on the Old Bridge side, got to make some adjustments, Phil.
That's for sure, and Rocky Knowles, the charismatic coach for the Knights, he'll do that. He's one of the better coaches in the area here. He's on a roll. He'll tell them pull out the stops. They have nothing to lose, and let's just start putting the ball up.
Okay, it's halftime here, and as part of tonight's halftime show, the East Brunswick High School community, if you will, is honoring the girls soccer team for winning its 14th consecutive GMC and Red Division championship. The girls finished with a record 19-2-3, number 1 in the state and number 5 nationally. And guys, I don't know about you, I can't even come up with any more words to describe this team
no
and
more
this coach.
superlatives. Lou Kosa and Brian Merrigan, unbelievable.
The girls who are letter winners are Amy Bishop, Christy Bongiovanni, Allison Friedman, Navraj Gill, Erin Kelly, Jacqueline Nacht, Tiffany Bloor, Nicole Douglas, Hardage Gill, Pamela Harrington, Jennifer Wilkins, Barbara Green, Kerry Herman, Jamie Leiser, Stacy Morgan, Lauren Natchman, who's the manager, Betsy Ostrov, Jeannie Raby, Michelle Tobier, and as we mentioned, coaches Lou Kosa and his assistant, Brian Merrigan, who is not here this evening. We're not sure if all the girls are here, but we certainly wanted to honor each of them.
Is this Jackie Nacht?
All right.
I believe she's an excellent swimmer as well.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And one of the Bloor sisters coming out.
You know, it's amazing year after year after year what Lou Kosa and Brian Merrigan have done with this program.
Well, you can't understate it, John. I mean, we've gotten to the point where we sort of take it for granted. We thought this year would be the year that they would be knocked off the perch, had a rocky start. And what do? They come back, and I think they're co-GMC champs and then go on and end up taking the states anyway. Incredible.
And tonight they're being honored for their GMC championship, Red Division championship. And let's not minimize the talent in the GMC Red Division in terms of girls soccer.
That's right. You got Searles played, I think we're co-champs, I believe, Jim. And then Madison Central, who's here tonight, excellent soccer team as well. So.
Yep.
You see Supervisor of Athletics, Frank Knoppenberger, handing out the plaques to the girls.
That's Betsy Ostroff there.
Yep. It's Jeannie Raby.
And what I believe this is an All-American coming out right here, and just a talented family, talented player.
And here's the man, Lou Kosa.
Just a masterful job.
And Brian Merrigan is here, so
oh, there he is. Okay.
We're glad to see Brian was able to make it.
Congratulations and appreciation from
And it's nice that the ladies are honored in front of family and friends. It's a nice little touch here at East Brunswick High School. All right, we'll be back with start of third quarter action in just a moment.
I'll tell you, John, and as we open the second half here, you look at the young fellow in the plaid shirt there, and that's Mike O'Neill. Mike fixing his collar right there. But Mike is one of the many volunteers at St. Bart's. You can see him around all the time when the young little ladies and the little fellows are out there trying to learn the game of basketball. And people like that, that make the world go round.
Well, they're often the people that go unnoticed that really feed the high school programs, and we don't, give them enough credit.
While we got a moment here, I'll quickly go over the scoring. As we mentioned, Van Leeuwen only has 5 points, which is probably close to a season low for him for a half. Whalen has 8 points, Kartzman 4, Kolakowski 4, Rotter 2, and Kolheim 2, and Green Glover with 4. Singleton, not surprisingly, is the leading scorer for the Knights with 10 points, followed by Marston, who has 6, Pando 2, and that is it. So the scoring is not distributed evenly.
I'll tell you about Van Leeuwen. The fact that he doesn't have that many points, you don't see him forcing it, though. He's an unselfish player, gets his points in the flow of the game, and that's what separates him from a lot of other players.
Well, and underneath to Kolheim. And Kolheim, every time he's touched the ball, I think has scored tonight.
Sure.
Unfortunately, he's been foul trouble most of the game.
Yeah, so that's his 4th point.
The Bears come out pressuring.
Wilson gives it back to Marston. Obridge really looks disorganized on offense, and most of that due to the East Brunswick defense.
And again, John, the defense won't let them set up, won't let them get their feet set, won't let them put up that three-point shot because somebody's always in your face. And Marston looks over to the Rocky Knolls.
Wilson to Zalski, who comes out again. He's their big man. Marston will take the three-pointer, makes it.
Yes,
it's his first one.
And Singleton didn't touch the ball at all that time in offense.
You say he's a junior?
He's a junior.
Yeah,
he's a 5'9" junior. He'll be back.
Whalen to Kolheim.
And he lost it.
Whalen keeps it, though. Bears on top by 10, 33-23 as we start the third period. Van Leeuwen, three-pointer, no.
A little strong.
Rebound, Pando. Wilson to Zalski. Marston, three-pointer. Yes.
And a couple more of those, and they're going to be in this game.
I'll tell you, he's not hesitating, and that's what I said Rocky Knolls would talk about. Go back, we're going to put it up anyway.
Another turnover for East Brunswick. Pando on the break. Won't go this time. Rebound, he gets his own, and he's fouled.
Oh, mercy, mercy, mercy. I'll tell you. And they're pumped up right now, and why not? They come out like a house on fire here. As you look at Pando go to the line there, Rocky Knolls had to tell him, listen, what has brought us this far so far is putting up those outside shots. If we miss them, we miss them. We're going to put them up anyway.
Foul.
And right now they're back in the game.
Foul was on Glover. Pando goes to the line. All of a sudden, a 11-point lead is cut down to 5 points.
It was actually a 13-point lead.
And Glenn Pando, the 5'11 senior, misses the opportunity for a three-point play.
Well, and looks underneath right through Glover's legs.
And I tell you, you don't want this Obridge team to start believing in themselves.
Yeah, they can be dangerous.
Trapping defense there.
Wilson gets it across. Pando will take the shot. Three-pointer, yes.
I told you, they come out shooting threes, and why not? You have nothing to lose.
It's a 2-point margin for the Bears, 33-31.
Wow. That 13-point margin is gone.
Whalen penetrates, pulls up, takes the shot. Short. Rebound, Singleton. Singleton could tie it right
mercy,
here.
Mercy.
Not this time. Rebound, Kolheim.
A mercurical move.
Whalen. No, East Brunswick's cold, and we got a foul underneath.
Glover on a push off.
And I'll tell you, it's going the other way, and momentum clearly with the Knights here. And
East Brunswick's going to go back into that 24 defense. Bears with a slim 2-point lead, 33-31. Pando, little trouble, looks underneath to Zalski, the big man. Back out to Marston, three-pointer. Not this time.
I'll tell you.
That would have been the lead.
Kolheim with the rebound to Glover. Glover drives, foul. No, they're going to
Offense.
call a charge.
I'll tell you.
Now you get it, Jimmy.
I talk about momentum when things aren't going well, and the Bears clearly haven't gotten to the flow of things offensively.
Glover picks up 3 quick fouls, so Karsman has to make an entrance. And
if
boy, this stretch right here for East Brunswick.
I'll tell you, if you're Rocky Nose, you got to be having that feeling.
Marston being pressured by Whalen, gets it across into the hands of Singleton. Wilson looks underneath. Zalski uses the glass against Kolheim.
And I'll tell you, Zalski is probably the person that was talked to more at halftime than any player on that court. Rocky Nose clearly unhappy with his performance the first half. Told him he's got to hold on to that ball and go up strong, and that's what he's done.
We're tied at 33. Van Leeuwen on the drive. Yes!
Ooh.
What a shot.
Gliding.
Now that breaks the string. 13-0 run.
7 points for Van Leeuwen.
Bears by 2. 4 minutes showing, third period. 35-33.
Oh,
Singleton, and he gets the bucket and the foul.
I'll tell you, that'll make the highlight reel.
You're right, Phil. This is a different team this half.
Certainly a different team, and again, if you're going to be led out of here, it's going to be your Bombers. There's Singleton with a fantastic move there.
And we've got a timeout, East Brunswick.
And Bo wants to talk, and
Bo knows that he's seen enough. And we'll go in and listen to Bo Henning.
Come on, guys.
We're playing somewhat out of character in spots, okay? We're trying to do things. We're going a lot of one-on-one on the offensive end. We're trying to block shots on the defense. You're in great position there. Let them run you over next time, right? Okay? All right, you pull it off the defensive boards. You can push it with the dribble, but the first thing we want to do in our break is we can find that one man, right? And then everybody knows where they're supposed to be in their break, okay? All right? Matt, let's go 22 defense for a while. Let's establish we're going to stop them, all right? 22 defense. We haven't established that yet this half, okay? Come on. Come on, guys.
you know, I'll tell you a lot of things. We would talk about Bo's strategy and whatnot, but his temperament, he's not excited, he's not panicking, and he doesn't expect his team to panic. And believe me, that translates over. The players see that he's in control. We just got to do what we got to do. Not overly excited at all.
Singleton goes to the line. We're tied at 35. 3:57 showing on the clock. Third period. And what was a 13-point lead for East Brunswick is now a tie game. And we got an air ball.
And that's just sometimes lack of concentration. With the kind of touch he has to throw up an air ball there, you got to wonder. Lack of concentration.
Whalen walks it up court. Gives it to Kartzman. They're looking underneath first. Nothing there. Kartzman across the Whalen. Kolheim will put it up. A little strong. Rebound, Olbridge.
I'll tell you this, they're good. Better look for somebody else to step it up offensively. Obviously, Matt Van Leeuwen just doesn't seem to be one of his nights. There's somebody else who's going to have to step to the front to pick this team up.
Certainly momentum has moved to the Olbridge side. We're tied at 35. Marston, not this time, a little long.
Kolakowski, good rebound.
Better pressure on the defense that time.
Whalen to Van Leeuwen. He's looking, he's thinking. Gets it back out.
Pando not doing a bad job on Van Leeuwen.
Kolakowski inside to Kolheim. Yes.
And that someone may be Greg Kolheim.
Well, he redeems himself after that air bank or whatever it was the last time.
37-35, Bears by 2. Singleton.
Ooh, almost a steal.
Singleton throws it up.
Ooh.
Kolheim with the rebound.
Not sure they wanted to take that shot.
Kolheim took the step.
Moved his feet, no doubt about it.
Well, his exuberance right there after that last basket caused him to take the step.
Clock showing 2:15. Bears by 2, 37-35. Wilson looks to Zalesky rather.
And Zalesky's come on since he's come out of it from the half. Couldn't get anything going in the first half. Scored 4 quick points.
We're tied at 37. Whalen has the shot. And Kolheim has the rebound. Back out to Whalen. Kartzman, three-pointer. Yes.
He has been dependable from there, hasn't he?
I tell you can't discount how big that basket is.
But he, every time Ben puts the shot up from three-point range, he's been hitting.
40-37, Bears by 3. Singleton directing traffic. A little behind the back.
Oh,
No,
whoa,
no,
baby.
no. Oh,
I want to tell you.
another highlight one. Mercy. Showtime.
Kartzman, Whalen underneath. Kolheim spins, turns. No. Rebound, Singleton. He's gassed, he's ready.
Offensive foul, I tell you.
Well,
I'll tell you, a little bit out of control here. Everybody's holding their breath to see what Singleton is going to do going down the court there. And just got called for the offensive foul, but he's the type of player that can ignite a team here. Gets the crowd excited, gets me excited, gets everyone excited.
that might be the best move I've seen this year.
Started from behind his back and dipped around up and under. Whalen, in and out. Kartzman keeps it alive, takes the shot. Short.
Oh, blocked by his own man.
Okay.
Kolheim.
I'll tell you, big basket, Greg. Greg with 8 points, I believe.
Boy, where was Olbridge on the boards that time?
42-39, Bears by 3. .28 seconds showing, third period, inside to Zalesky. Nice play by Whalen. But Singleton,
And he's
a foul by
Good
Van
foul.
Leeuwen.
Good foul by Van Leeuwen.
Singleton looked like he was about to drive to the hoop and perhaps do a finger roll. Van Leeuwen right there and fouled him. No harm, you take it out on this side.
Picks up his second foul, does Van Leeuwen.
Phil, I think Singleton has to be more expressive, take some more shots, feel more comfortable with the ball.
He's not shy, no doubt about it. Greg Kolheim comes out to a round of applause.
Now Van Leeuwen gets on Singleton.
Piscatelli gives it to Marston.
There's a lot of defensive switching going on here.
5 seconds called against Marston.
I tell you.
See it called too often.
And Rocky Knowles just grabs his nose. He just, you're right, you don't get to see. He didn't jump up off the bench or anything, so maintaining his composure.
11 seconds showing on the clock, third period. Bears by 3, 42-39.
Van Leeuwen one-on-one.
5 seconds,
Ooh, he's
drives
bumped.
and a foul.
Draws it. That's what they wanted to do.
He tried to get the continuation.
Fouls on Marston, number 32.
3-2-1. Push, going 2 shots.
And Matt will go to the line to shoot 2.
Is that Marston's first foul? I guess it is.
And take a good look at Matt Van Leeuwen. And young players, it certainly helps to have some talent, but if you prepared to work the way Van Leeuwen does in the summer with AAUs and honing his skills all the time, you can be good too, but you got to put in the time.
3 seconds here, John.
3 seconds in East Brunswick as Marston throws it up and just misses. So at the end of 3, it's East Brunswick 44, Olbridge 39.
Well, the Bears are able to put a little daylight now, although 5 points is a very shaky lead. But they opened up the quarter with a 13-point lead, and then before we could blink, this game was tied, and the Knights had an opportunity to take the lead a couple of times. They just couldn't do it, and we saw in that timeout that Henning made some defensive adjustments. He has Van Leeuwen on Singleton now, and that stepping up that intensity was the right touch. That was a good timeout that Bo called.
Well, I'll tell you, Rocky Knowles had his team come out, said we're going to put up some threes to half. Rocky Knowles, of course, the first-year coach at Old Bridge High School, but has been in Madison Central for the last 6 years. And they came out and hit 3 quick threes, and that was the difference there. And the players got a little more animated. They believe in themselves. I think you're going to see them turn up the defensive intensity and continue to bomb as well.
Yeah, no doubt about Old Bridge. They kind of live and die by the three-pointer, and they're not afraid to take them. And why not? Look what it did for him. Got him back in his game, quite honestly.
Well, I think a key is going to be in this fourth quarter is going to be Van Leeuwen on Singleton, as we see right now. How well Mapp is able to do the job.
Here we go, the final period. Bears by 5, 44-39. And we've got a whistle, 5 seconds called against Singleton.
I'll tell you.
We don't see that in the season. Now we've seen it twice in 2 minutes.
And once again, Rocky Knowles maintaining his composure, sitting there.
I wonder if maybe one of the coaches said something to the officials to watch that. That's all it takes. It's a little tip from the coach.
I think even East Brunswick fans are surprised. We haven't seen that twice. You're right. We see it less than a minute. Called twice.
Kartzman to Kolakowski.
Oh.
Van Leeuwen's free. Three-pointer, short. Marston with the rebound.
That was a little far.
Singleton. He's going to drive. He's going to move, and he's going to be fouled by Glover, I believe.
Singleton knows exactly what he's doing there. He got it caught underneath. Knew he really didn't have anywhere to go, but did draw the foul.
Fourth foul on Glover.
Protected that ball as he went up, so they had no choice but to foul him. And again, he's a good one. He's as quick as anyone that we've seen this year.
Phil Singleton, a senior?
He is a senior.
Makes the first. Some redemption after the air ball he threw up the last time at the line.
Singleton now with 15 points. One more, and he will reach his season's average per game.
And Old Bridge back within 3, 44-41. Kartzman being pressured. Gets it back out to Whalen. Has the opportunity, takes the shot, yes. 46-41, Bears by 5.
10 points, second player for East Brunswick with double figures. Excuse me, first one. Van Leeuwen has 9.
Wilson, who doesn't shoot at all, I haven't seen him take a shot, gives the ball to Zalski.
Good job.
Zalski close to walking.
There's the switch.
Here comes Singleton, he's fouled.
And it goes.
And they're gonna,
and the basket's
waiting.
good. They look, one official looking at the other.
No one's called, yes.
He is calling it good.
Foul on Whalen.
And what it comes down is to, it looks like fancy dancing, so to speak, but he's got body control. He's going in there, he's not totally out of control, and he has an idea where the ball's going.
That foul is East Brunswick's 7th team foul.
Well, they set up a nice pick, and Van Leeuwen was effectively screened.
So the Bears by 2 once again, 46-44. Van Leeuwen, yes.
No, that's
I'm sorry,
Kolakowski.
Kolakowski.
Jimmy with 6 points. Well, East Brunswick is fortunate they're hitting on their outside shots.
It's fortunate they got other people stepping up.
Yeah.
48-44, Bears by 4, 6:30 showing in the game.
All right, some of their men are coming out high to create the pick.
Singleton from way out. Comes up short. Kartzman.
Apparently he has the green light.
Kolheim from the top of the key. Short. No, the tempo of this game really has not slowed down since the opening tip-off.
I think it's picked up a little bit,
Look
John.
how Zalski's coming out now.
Marston now in control. You know, he gets the opportunity, he's going to put it up. Wilson will take it.
Off balance.
Oh.
And Singleton
He
almost
lost it.
had it.
And he's down.
Is he all right?
And Whalen has it knocked away by Wilson.
And I tell you, Singleton is a little tired right now.
That's something we're going to have to watch. We noticed it in the first half how tired they were.
You wonder, will they take a timeout to give them a breather?
Whalen will slow it down for East Brunswick. They'll set it up. Kartzman. Kolakowski now to Whalen. He has the screen. Off. Kartzman underneath, and it's off Kartzman.
Well, the East Brunswick players are complaining. They thought that maybe it was tapped out by an Old Bridge player.
I'll tell you, you had Zales under there and didn't get a hand on it at all.
This game is very much in doubt.
Marston looks in the corner. Pando.
Ooh.
Yes. Two-pointer.
Was that a two?
Yeah. 48-46. Bears by 2. 5 minutes remaining.
He's got 9 points.
Kolheim, rather, underneath, puts it back out.
You know, only 2 team fouls for Old Bridge. Something we have to look at. They can afford to take some chances.
That's for sure.
Van Leeuwen's foul.
Maybe that's what Matt has to do, Phil. Let's drive to the basket a little bit more.
It's just one of those nights where clearly Matt Van Leeuwen offensively is not his night and whatnot. Fortunately, other players have stepped up somewhat, and that's one of the reasons they're ahead in this game right now.
He's hitting about 84% from the line.
Makes it 49-46. Bears by 3. One more. Foul was on Zalski, his third.
Van Leeuwen, the only one to go to the line for East Brunswick tonight. He is 5 for 6.
Zalski's foul. I think it's Van Leeuwen, and it's 1-1 for Old Bridge.
Well, let's watch Zalski and find out how he is from the line.
Okay, third foul on Van Leeuwen.
That could be a little bit of strategy. You never know.
Break, timeout.
And Bo wants a timeout, and he's going to get it.
Not to ice Zalski, I'm sure.
Not at all. Bo's got something on his mind.
Yeah.
He sees, this game certainly could slip away. They need to put the brakes on it now, and he wants to talk a little bit of strategy.
All right, let's listen in.
We don't got to steal the ball. We got to make them make mistakes. They were totally out of position in the 52. Okay. All right, we're getting some switches on the screens, correct, when we run some of our sets. You're the screener, right? Don't forget, if your man switches out, you feel him leave you, flash to the ball. Flash to the ball, okay? All right, on that baseline exchange defensively, you may want to trail it out. Just make sure you're in the kid's face by the time he receives it, all right? Okay, on the offensive end, keep pushing the ball. Keep looking into your post man and then attack the basket with the ball. If we don't have it, then we'll run open or a motion set, okay? All right, come on, fellas, let's go.
Okay, just a little strategy by Bo, nothing else. Jim, the point that you brought out that the Bears are in the 1-1 they have 17 fouls on them, whereas the Knights only have 3, and I think you're right. Look for Rocky Knowles to try to exploit that down the stretch.
Zalski at the line. Well, made the first. Cuts East Brunswick's lead to 3, 50-47. Not a bad touch for a big man.
I'll tell you, I've been a little tough on Zalski all night, but he comes through with two big free throws right there.
Clock down to 4:25 left in the game. Bears by 2, 50-48. And this is what we expected. We said Old Bridge was much improved from the last time East Brunswick played them. Bears looking, as Bo Henning had asked, look for that post position. Van Leeuwen, nice move.
Oh,
it just won't go.
That's the type of night. That's the type of night when your main man, it usually goes up with that finger roll, it falls in softly, just not there.
Singleton walks it up for Old Bridge.
Ooh, almost.
Scatelli gets his hands on it, amazingly. Marston.
And Marston will put it up.
Oh, yeah, he's looking for that opportunity.
Whalen is aware of that, so he's guarding him extra close.
Singleton, guarded by Van Leeuwen.
Trying to work a screen here. Pick.
Stay up to it, Greg. Stay up to it. Up.
Piscatelli, a little pass to Pando, blocked by
Colheim, big
Colheim,
block.
and stolen by Pando, and we got a
Pando
foul.
fouled him, I believe.
Yeah, that's what they're going to call.
Pando reaching in, fouling Colheim.
Good play by Greg.
Okay, no harm, though. Off to the side, though. Just the 14th foul.
I'm telling you, this Old Bridge team is going to cause some trouble in this GMC. Especially they're peaking at the right time with this tournament coming up.
Whalen to Kartzman outside. Yes!
Another big
Two-pointer.
basket.
I tell you, Ben Kartzman has come up with big threes.
That was a 2, Phil.
That was a 2, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
52-48 score. Bears by 4.
Help on the shuffle. No help on that.
Marston, three-pointer. In and out.
Oh!
Pando, Piscatelli on the follow-up.
He goes for an
and he's
old-fashioned
fouled.
three-pointer.
And Piscatelli could put Old Bridge on top.
And Piscatelli's first points of the night on that follow-up there. And you're right, they missed the three-pointer from the outside, and now they're trying to go for an old-fashioned three-pointer. And they don't get it.
Oh!
Singleton almost tapped it in.
Kolakowski. Whalen will take a three-pointer. No, rebound.
Oh. Look at Kartzman on the boards.
Kartzman fighting like he's a 6'8". Pulls it down, keeps East Brunswick going. Whalen another three-pointer. Yes,
mercy.
big shot there.
Boy, I'll tell you what. That was like a two-handed set shot, wasn't it? Big basket.
55-50, Bears by 5, 2:15 showing.
3 threes for Rich Whalen tonight.
Yeah. Leading scorer, too.
Don't help on that shuffle.
Piscatelli to Marston.
Key possession right here.
Singleton looking. Van Leeuwen right in his face. Singleton,
Ooh.
not this time. Colheim rebound.
Whoa, nice
pass right to Van Leeuwen.
Great
Whalen
pass.
to Van Leeuwen.
I'll tell you, a great pass.
That was a cruncher right there.
Next time, phones it.
And that may have done it for East Brunswick. 57-50. Timeout, Old Bridge.
Mercy.
Whalen really with the heads-up play.
I'll tell you,
hits the three, and then he comes back with a super pass.
And that's about the third super pass that he's had tonight. Again, other people stepping up is the name of the story tonight. No doubt about it. Bo Henning's got to be very pleased.
Well, Van Leeuwen and Whalen each with 13 points to lead East Brunswick, but this has been a rugged effort by East Brunswick. It hasn't come easy. They had that cushion that evaporated real quick in the third quarter. And I think I have to say one other thing about Van Leeuwen. Every time he plays Danny Singleton, he has basically shut him down.
Well, the thing about it is Singleton's thinking about it with Van Leeuwen. Moves that he ordinarily would make with someone else on him. With Van Leeuwen on him, he's a little bit more cautious. That pulled the trigger on that last three-pointer with Van Leeuwen in his face. But I want to talk about Rich Whalen, the great assist leader, just unbelievable passes here, assists here tonight, and that's made the difference. Other people stepping up tonight when your main man is not hitting on all cylinders. But this game is not yet over.
Yeah, John, I don't think it's over yet.
When you can shoot
a lot
the
of
threes,
time when you hit threes.
Well, we'll see what the strategy is of Old Bridge now. They're down by 7, 57-50, 1:25 showing on the clock. Inside to Zalski, and they're going to let him have it.
Okay, and they know they got the 1-and-1.
Colheim, by the way, has not picked up a foul since he had those quick two.
Bears by 5. Kolakowski, they'll move it out, spread it around.
Take the time. Got to foul him. Oh,
in. They
wrong
did
guy
foul.
to foul. Wrong guy to
It's
foul.
out on the side, no help, no harm.
Okay, you're
no
right.
harm.
You're right. They do have those fouls to give up.
That's right. But the Bears got to take care of the ball now. That's what they have to do. They have to take care of the ball. Up by 5 points with a minute, 6 seconds left. They got to take care of the ball.
Well, in actuality, they Probably Old Bridge would like to get East Brunswick to the line. That's the guy to foul there.
Ooh, Kohlheim takes a shot.
Another foul, and
Well, he's used to shots, don't you think?
Yeah. And Pando's down. He's not.
and you take a good, Glenn Pando is down, and Glenn Pando's up, the 5'11 senior.
Twisted his ankle.
Appears to be an ankle injury, right. And coming off gingerly, probably the grimace on his face, more so because he really doesn't want to come out of this game. Phil Hostler going over to take a look at him.
Ball will be inbound from the side, East Brunswick.
And Piscatelli comes in for Pando.
Kartzman, and they're
they're
going to call a foul on Piscatelli.
On a force out, apparently. That's a tough call to make there. So, that's 1-1.
So Kartzman goes to the line with the Bears on top 57-52. 1 minute and 1 tick on the clock.
Jimmy starting number 30. What number are you starting, Jimmy? Wait, you got 12. You got 12 on D.
Kartzman makes it.
And we've talked about different people stepping up, and Ben Kartzman has certainly been one of those people tonight. Not a whole lot of points, but
He's got 10 tonight.
key baskets, baskets.
Ben puts East Brunswick on top 59-52.
11's got to be his season high, I believe.
7-point lead, 58 seconds. Olbridge has got to get up court. I don't know what Singleton is waiting for.
Good play
And
by
they call on a
Kohlheim.
charge.
Very good by Volk Kohlheim. Stood his ground. He knew Singleton had to drive.
And I tell you, out of control that time, Singleton. He's done a lot tonight, but clearly out of control driving in there and call for the offensive foul.
Jimmy, that was a big possession for Olbridge. They really needed to come away with something, and they did not. And we've got a foul here on Marston.
Apparently holding Van Leeuwen. So Matt will go to the line. He's 5 for 6. East Brunswick 7 for 8 from the line tonight. So making those foul shots have been important.
And as you said, this is not the guy you want to foul for if you're Olbridge. 48-second showing. Bears by 6. I'm sorry, 7. 59-52. And Van Leeuwen misses. So Olbridge still with a slim chance. Wasting time looking to set things up. They're down by 7.
They got a bomb. They got a bomb.
Yeah, he's got to go with it. Good block.
Ooh, mercy.
Shot blocked on Piscatelli.
Here we go.
Kolakowski.
All timeout. Heads up. Heads up. Heads up ball by Kolakowski. Down on the floor. Rocky Knowles hasn't said anything all night. He's coming out on the floor right now. Thought his player was fouled on that three-point attempt, which would have meant three attempts from the free throw
foul
line.
shots, sure.
And just sort of looked at the official.
Well, anyway, a heads-up call by Kolakowski to make that timeout.
So 29 seconds on the clock as Bo Henning rallies his team around him. 7-point lead, 59-52.
Well, it does look like East Brunswick is going to emerge with a victory here. So, these types of games help East Brunswick. They really do need to get into these types of games.
Well, let's just put things in perspective. This is the team that took the Knights of Philmont took Piscataway into overtime, then took a very good Woodbridge team, a well-coached Woodbridge team, into overtime as well. And they were on a roll here. They came in here. So on a night when your key player has an off night, a lot of other teams would fall. Didn't happen tonight because other people stepped up for the Bears.
All right, the Bears, as they're going to get ready to inbounds the ball, has a stretch of Edison on February 3rd. 2 home games with Woodbridge on the 7th, Perth Amboy the 9th.
Foul against Piscatelli.
They will be at South Plainfield, and then they will finish up the regular season at Piscataway on February 13th. That should be an interesting game.
Mercy.
And then we're going to have the GMC tournament preliminaries. You know this for the last couple of years, Phil. They've been anybody, regardless of record,
right,
is
if you
allowed
want.
to go in the tournament.
That's right.
So that'll be the preliminary round. Then you're going to get down to your round of 16, basically, starting on the 17th. Quarterfinals, 19th, semifinals, 21st, and the 25th is the finals.
Kartsman misses. 22-second showing. Singleton to the basket. They'll let him have it. And timeout Old Bridge.
Okay, Rocky knows this game, 18 seconds.
5-point
He doesn't think this
lead.
game is done.
21 points for Singleton. As far as the state tournament is concerned, we talked about that now. East Brunswick with this victory, they've already clinched the second seed, so you can count on the opening round game, which is probably going to be on February 27th. East Brunswick will either get a bye or they're going to have a first round game right here at this gymnasium. And the second round, which would be March 1st, they would also, depending if they win or not, will also get another home game. So they're guaranteed a minimum of 2 home games in the States, which is a real nice advantage to have. It really is.
Well, I've certainly kept up with you all the way on what you're saying, Jim. And John has too, I'm sure. But no, you're right. If they can have 2 home games, that's the bottom line. If you can get 2 home games, it's clearly an advantage for you. I don't know how you got there, Jim, but that's the key point.
Read the schedule, Phil. I'm looking at it right.
All right.
So it's 2 home games.
Here, I'll let you have it.
Okay, still we got 18 seconds left in this game here.
East Brunswick, 5-point lead. They have the ball. 18 seconds, Kolheim.
You got to foul him.
Yeah. And Whalen showing good ball handling skills. Knocked away. Marston to Piscatelli, and they call a timeout.
Again, Rocky knows still.
Now you're within 3 points
And
One steal and a three-pointer,
with 5 seconds.
making it more interesting than it needs to.
And I was surprised Marston didn't take the shot. He was out at the 3-point range. Clearly would have got fouled or hit the basket, potentially a 4-point play.
All right, let's listen in on Bo.
No, you don't want to run the basket. Well, even if they do, they have no timeouts, so it'll be a 2 for them.
Right. Well. Okay, we're in the Pennsylvania look. Richie's on this side, right? Okay, now, Matt, you are going to fake like you're coming off those 2 screens. Jimmy, you're still doing what you were doing. All right, let's switch it back. Richie's going deep. You got the ball out of bounds. You can run the baseline, right? Give it about a second. Run the baseline with it. Matt, you're going off it and coming back hard to the ball. Okay, hard to the ball. If you can't get it into him, use your timeout. Greg, after you set that, float here. Fellas, when we get the ball in, they're going to foul you right away. So just hold the ball really tough, really strong, okay?
Okay, Bo Henning heard his strategy, and he's right. Rocky Knowles is going to foul him right away, force him to go to the foul line, and hope that they miss.
Well, it's really a guessing game. Knowles did his best to... Oh!
Ball's alive. 3 seconds.
He said,
White ball.
And Piscatella is saying that the ball went out of bounds and there should be more time on the clock.
They lost a second on it, really. There you go.
2 seconds.
They don't have any timeouts, apparently, or they would call one.
Marston loses the handle. 1 second. Goes over to East Brunswick.
Marston got the ball. The least you figure he could do is try to foist up something and get fouled. Lost it out of bounds with 1 second. And that's the game.
That's it. Well, it proved to be a tough battle here at East Brunswick as the Bears come out victorious, 59-56. And East Brunswick improves its record to 14-1. Old Bridge falls to 8-7. But Jimmy, we talked about this Old Bridge team. They're going to be trouble in the weeks ahead.
That's correct. They could cause a lot of trouble. They're going to be in the state tournament. They already qualified. Conceivably, East Brunswick could see these guys again, and they're going to have a tough road ahead. I think that the fact that they lost that 13-point lead had more to do with the hot Danny Singleton and Pete Marston, but it's a little troublesome, I imagine.
And Phil, we talked about East Brunswick stepping up. Van Leeuwen did not have one of his typical Matt Van Leeuwen nights,
right.
but others did.
You had Whalen, you had Kolheim, and you had Ben Kartsman stepping up very much so, as well as Kolakowski. And if you're Bo Henning, that's exactly what you want. He can live with Matt Van Leeuwen have an off night, and why not? But when your team can come through like they did against a good Old Bridge team, he's got to feel pretty good about it.
Again, our final here from East Brunswick High School, the Bears 59-56, a sweep of doubleheader night, if you will. The girls winning the earlier game, the boys coming back and winning the nightcap. So the Bears improved to 14-1 on their quest as they move to the championship rounds. So for Phil Hill and Jim Allinder, I'm John Meggiolaro saying thanks for being with us.